Okay. Here's my 4 plastic anchors that I took out, and I think I'll use 2 of them. But see, here's that broken one. I'm going to end up throwing that one away now, and I'm probably only going to use 2 of those. Now, what would have happened if those plastic anchors were stripped? Let's say I could have used one of these. I like using these. See how the ribs go all the way up? Much more solid than this one. It's very hard to find these nowadays, and these are different sizes. This is the next size up than this one here. Okay, but see how this one's got little ribs, one there, one there. That makes the plastic very, very thin as you're trying to tap that in. I like these because the ribs go all the way up, and then this splits as you're putting the screw in case your screw's longer than this, and generally your screw should be longer than that, and it will pop out the outside. That way, like with these, a lot of times I make the hole only about as far about that when I poke it into the sheetrock. Then I take the last bit of it and tap it in carefully with the hammer. A lot of times with these, see, they're not tapered. They're not tapered like a cone shape like this. See, this is about the same diameter all the way down, so you got to get it exactly right. If you can't, if you only get it in that far, you think, oh, I'm just going to tap it in with a hammer, then a lot of times this thing bends over. That's why I really don't like using those. So I could use this one here, but again, it's hard to find those in the store nowadays. And I've got just an assortment that I keep in here. I mean, here's some blue ones, the same as the red, and then I've got one of those little gray ones there. And then, like I say, I've got a few. Actually, I don't know if I do or not. I might have some real tiny ones in there. Yeah, there's kind of a tiny. I can't. Let's see if I can get it out. See how small this one is? Look at that. For different size screws, and then I think they might even have one in between that and this. Okay, so I could use one of those, but because I've got the stud in there, 2 of these screws, 2 of these new screws, I'm going to drive right into the stud, and then I'll drive those 2 into the plastic anchors. And if I didn't have any studs at all, I might want to put 2 of these nicer, heavier ones into the top. And then I would have used this type like this in the bottom. Okay, I could still put one of those in the top, and I'm not going to, because like I say, I've got the top right and the bottom left attached onto a wood stud. So the other 2, I'm just going to use the plastic anchors and just put them snug in there. You know, some of these old ones. So I'll just have to be kind of careful of that. Let's just see if I can get it in there. See, I got to make the hole just a little bit bigger. And with the tapered ones, you can go like that, so that the hole is bigger on the outside as opposed to the inside. If you've got one like this, see, because it's smaller at the back side, and that's why I like to use these tapered ones. Okay, that's why I don't normally like to use these, but I'm using it because I want to show you that it still can be done with that. We'll get you in here a little bit closer, I guess. Shall we? We'll get you in here. Like so. see that bottom can't go in there just yet. So I'm going to take my screwdriver and kind of just take some of the back side of the smaller cone out. But I really don't want to see just that little bit. I can almost get that all the way in. That's why I didn't want to get that hole any much bigger. And another thing, you're tapping these in like that, you want to check on the back side of your wall and make sure that you don't have a clock, a picture, anything like that on the wall. I don't think we've got anything. Oh, okay. See, the back side of that wall is in the bathroom, and it's inside that cabinet there. It's not over there behind the mirror. You know, you start banging too much, even if you got a mirror like that, if you're not paying attention, you could even crack the mirror. One time I was putting in a plastic anchor on a wall in by a fireplace, or no, in a bedroom, and it was next to a fireplace, and there was a mantle on top of the fireplace, and there was one of those old time clocks, you know, yay big, glass, and then on the inside it was the gold, you know, having to go back and forth. Well, somehow that fell off of there and broke, and we ended up having to buy the client a new one of those. I forget how much it was. It was some ridiculous amount. This was years ago when those things used to be the rage, you know. And so that's why I'm always paranoid when I'm tapping on a wall now, for fear there's going to be a mirror or a picture or anything. Okay. As long as I can just get the tip, and it's just the inside that's preventing it. I'm just going to shave the inside of the hole with my little screwdriver. And now maybe I can get it. Let's see, it's already, you don't get the hole just right, you could start bending the anchor, and I'm already wanting to bend the anchor. Isn't that something? I hate these little anchors, but like I say, I want to use it. Just to let you know to be careful yourself with it. There it goes. If you don't think those are snug into the wall, if those can twist right now, then there's no way you're going to be able to put a screw in there later. You see what I mean? Because that's just going to start spinning and spinning. You're going to be like, what is going on? Okay, so before I do that, I can get this top one. It was going right into the stud, and these screws have to be long enough to go into the stud, and they are. So you only got 1/2 inch sheetrock. Right? Make sure you got it in forward. That's the beauty of these impact drills. You can just push the thing right on in there every single time. Okay. Well, I may have to readjust this ever so slightly, huh? There we go. Just gonna tap on it a little. Okay, that looks pretty good. I think I'm gonna put those the screws into the plastic anchors now. And the thing with the plastic anchors, you just want to go slow. You don't want to overdo it. The last little bit of it, I always like to do it by hand. I think before I get that bottom one, I want to do that top one. Okay. I'm just doing it slow, and I'm gonna loosen that up a little bit so I can make sure to get the last screw in. I see that went into the plastic anchor just fine. I don't know what Momi was planning on doing if she would have got those screws out. She would have came over here, tried to hold it up there and screw it in without any anchors, without anything. You know what I mean? That would have been funny. I should have just let her. I was, but it was paining me every time I heard the drill go, and it went bzzz, because she was stripping the head. Even though I'm at an angle, I could probably do it. Now see, I'm not stripping the head with that. This is called an impact drill, and it's supposed to do that. That's going right into the wood stud. Okay. There it is. You could hang off of that thing. Now if I had a regular drill, I wouldn't have been able to put those screws in all the way. I would have had to have taken them out, and then I would have had to have pre-drilled the hole with a bit and then rammed the screws in. Okay? So lots of times, you know, at the store nowadays you can buy an impact driver wrench like this, driver drill like this, and you may be able to get a regular drill as well. Now see, this one here doesn't have a chuck. You have to lift that up, pull the end out, and see, it's round, but it's only designed to fit these. You can't put a regular drill bit in there. There's a definite notch in there that fits, and then you just let go of that, see? So there's no chuck to it or anything like a regular drill. I like these. Like I was saying, sometimes you can buy a 2-pack. You buy 2 drills together, one regular, one impact, with the 2 batteries and a battery charger. This brand happens to be a Bosch, and it's an 18-volt lithium. That says Li-ion. It's a lithium is what it's called. 18 volt is really good nowadays. They used to have 16 volt regular batteries. Then they graduated up to 18. And I've seen some drills. I've seen some batteries nowadays that are 20 volt. And I think they even have some more than that. But you'd have to check at the store to make sure that they fit your particular drill. Okay? Well, there you go. All I got to do is pick up all my stuff here. Oh, I was going to show you the other plastic anchors. You're still here. I hope you are. You know, I encourage you, whenever you watch one of my videos, you might as well watch the whole thing, because you never know what I'm going to say or show towards the end of a video. These are drywall anchors. I could have used those, remember? And those are designed 75 pounds. And see, they come, these just happen to come with their own screws into here. See there? Then this is designed, it kind of snaps off the side as you put it in. And that screws right into the sheetrock. Isn't that cool? It does have a tip on there, and there are some little plastic nibs on the side in there. So, I mean, technically it's designed to be put in with the drill if you want. You just take your tip You can put it like that. You can, as long as you get a little set hole there, you're supposed to be able to set this and drill it right in. But sometimes this wobbles, and sometimes the tip breaks off. My electrician used to put these in all the time with his drill. I've seen them periodically, the tip would break off of the plastic anchor. So I always still make a hole with my scratch awl, and then I'll make, I might make it just a hair bigger with my little screwdriver, just big enough and wide enough to allow this part of the shank to fit into the sheetrock. And then I don't usually take the drill to it. I usually just then take my my screwdriver, fits right in there, and then just screw it in, and then just screw it in snug, and that's all you got to do. Okay, I could have done that, right? 75 pounds this would have held, and it would have also, they make these at least 35 pounds, which the threads are smaller. And if you use the smaller one, then the screw head is smaller. See how small this screw looks already? And that's for this one. See? It fits in there. So if you want a smaller screw, obviously, then you've got to get the smaller little plastic anchor here. Okay? But then sometimes if you want a head about this big, let's say you're trying to fit that over something, and you want the screw head to be big, don't kid yourself and think, oh, I'll just use the 35-pound plastic anchors, drive-ins, and then you find out your screw tip head is so small that maybe it's not holding what you want. And here's another good thing about using these. Once you screw it in there, once you screw this in, let's just talk about this for a quick minute. Let's say I wanted to put it in this back one, and I wanted to push it up, and maybe the anchor or whatever I'm screwing in isn't flush. This backside piece, this black piece, is not flush with the wall. So if I were to press this and tighten this too much, my other type of plastic anchor that I have in the wall could pull out of the wall a little bit and then possibly start spinning. Okay? Well, if you put one of these type in, you've got that screwed in there. Even if whatever you're doing has a little bit of a backing to it, it's not allowing it, this bracket here is not allowing this black to be pushed up all the way. Let's say you've got a slight gap there or something. This will keep it from pulling out. You know what I mean? Okay? All right. So I'm liking that. That's nice and snug. I put those crummy plastic anchors in on this other side, and I've got these pretty tight. Man, those are tight. Once you have it snug, you don't want to try to overdo it, because that's not going to do anything. Those are only plastic anchors. You saw how small they were. And you twist any more than that, these things are going to start spinning in the wall. Okay? But see, right now the screw is pushed in there, and this is doink like that in the wall right now. And if you overdo it, you've only got, you know, some little tiny, minute little thread things in here. You keep doing it, and eventually your screw's going to get loose, because it's just twisting and twisting inside this plastic anchor, even if the plastic anchor is not spinning, let's say, for a while. Okay, enough of that. Hey, remember the last thing you might be saying, hey Joe, what about over here? You were going to caulk this. Yeah, do I need to show you that, really? Well, I got a brand new tube of caulking there, and I got to put some caulking over those holes. So if you're still there, stick around. I'll show you how it's done. Well, that's all I got for this time. But I'll be back with more videos.